Howdy everyone, Greg Martin, the Entrepreneur's Banker here. And over the last 15 years, I've worked with entrepreneurs, and the most successful ones are obsessed with flexibility. Well, I'm obsessed with teaching you financial flexibility. Financial flexibility is maximizing or bringing all of your finances together to help you to be able to shift, pivot, to grow and react to whatever's going on around you. A lot of times it's a balance between cost and reactiveness or responsiveness. For example, we're talking about suppliers today and finding financial flexibility in suppliers. A lot of suppliers allow you to pay like maybe in net 10 days. Well, they'll give you 30 days to pay. But then if you pay in 10 days, then they'll actually drop 1 or 2% off the cost. Well, that's 1 or 2% profit that goes right to your bottom line. But by you doing that, you actually give up cash. And so you were reducing your flexibility in order to get the benefit of that cost. Conversely, if you were to hold on to that cash, it might cost you a little bit more, but it helps you to be flexible with whatever's coming up. Before we go any further, I want to make sure that everyone watching this video has received the Financial Flexibility Assessment Tool. So if you haven't gotten it yet, please send me an email and I will email it directly to your inbox. And the first 5 emails that I get will receive a special gift directly from me. A lot of entrepreneurs' largest lenders, actually their suppliers, the people that they get their inventory from. But a lot of those are businesses themselves. So this is, you're able to kind of think about it both ways. But as you're going through and you're finding financial flexibility in your potentially your largest lender, then that's a huge area of opportunity. So when you're going about and you're talking with your vendors, talk about some really creative ways that you can have in your payments, whether that be like you saying, okay, I'm gonna have X amount, I'm gonna order X amount from you every single month for the next 6 months, but I want you to give me, instead of net 30 days, I want you to give me net 45 days. You know, again, you're stretching out the time that you can hold on to your cash. As we talked about earlier, a lot of vendors offer early pay discounts, where you can pay in 30 days, but if you pay earlier than that, you'll actually get a discount. And so this may be a time for you to either leverage some of your excess cash or your line of credit, maybe, but don't go into that operational reserve or that vault. But if you do it, make sure that you use it properly, regardless of any structure or special discounts or whatever you get with them. You need to make sure that your accounts payable has a very good relationship with their accounts receivable person. You need to make sure that they know their kids' names, their spouse's name, their dates, anniversaries, their birthday, and you send them cards, you send them gifts, you know, just little things to let them know that you are a good friend, and that by doing that, you will help increase the probability of you getting flexible terms. So this is one area of financial flexibility that actually overlaps directly with operational flexibility. And that is how many suppliers you actually have. If you get all of your inventory from 1, maybe 2, or just a handful of suppliers, then you're at risk. You're at risk of a fire at their warehouse, or them going bankrupt, or their customers not paying them, so they have to slow down, so they can't give you your inventory. So you need to be aware of your risk, and you need to take steps to protect yourself from that. You need to understand the price breaks that different suppliers offer. You know, some suppliers, depending on how much you order from them, they actually may discount as well. That's a good part of financial flexibility. But if you're putting all of your eggs in one basket, in order to get that discount, you have to really assess how much is that discount and how much am I going to be out of the lurch if something ever happens to that supplier. This is especially critical if you're an actual importer, if whoever provides your supplies actually has to import it from another country. Because then you're not only talking about individual supplier risk, but you're talking about international and geopolitical risk, things that we can't control. But it's about understanding your risk and then being responsive and building your business and building your list of suppliers so that you maximize your flexibility. Okay. Time for today's financial flexibility exercise. I want you to make a list of all of your suppliers. And I want you to rank them from most flexible to least flexible, the ones that make you pay for cash in advance. And then I want you to call every single one of them, and I want you to ask for 5 more days in their payment terms. I want you to take a look and actually look in last year, how much did you actually pay? And how much business did you do with each one? Is there supplier concentration risk? Is there any types of price breaks? Is there any type of volume discounts that you have to have with them? And then I want you to call them and start getting creative in your payment terms. Finally, I want you, if you haven't started, I want you to start a love campaign with their accounts receivable person. Your accounts payable gets in touch with their accounts receivables person and gets to know them, gets to send them gifts, and starts to understand their name, of course their name, their birthday, their anniversary, their kids' names, stuff like that. So that when your accounts payable person calls the receivables person asking for some type of flexibility favor, that person actually picks up the phone and smiles. Well, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Make sure, if you haven't already, that you send me the email so I can send you the financial flexibility assessment tool. And I wanted you to join me next time when we flip the coin and we talk about finding financial flexibility in your customers. Until then, this is Greg Martin, the Entrepreneur's Banker, wishing you success, peace, and flexibility.